Hello? Yes? Yes. Who's calling? Can you hold on? Mrs. Hine. Mr. Hine's ringing from London. I've told him you weren't... Shall I ask him to ring back? Or will you ring him back? Hello? I'm afraid Mrs. Hine can't speak to you at the moment.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sorry, Mr. Hine, but that's the message. I'm sorry.
All right, you give her this message. Never mind.
Good morning, Joseph.
Morning. What have we got on?
Nothing important. Tanks deal.
That sleeps till Wednesday.
Automatic weapons for the Middle East and deploys mortars being flown out to Africa today.
Right. Phone Frank. Ask him how long it'll take him to get ready for a weekend. Sue!
Yes, Joe.
Pack a suitcase.
Certainly. How long for this time?
God knows. Even he makes mistakes.
One suitcase already packed.
Very good. You're learning. Socks?
Of course.
Let me know if anything comes up. Anything urgent, that is.
Sir.
Anything you can't deal with.
Yes, sir.
After all, we don't want Jeremy bungling things.
10 minutes.
You can have 5.
Might want to ask where to this time?
Manchester. Tell Frank you can have a couple of hours off Saturday afternoon to watch City play.
He supports the Hammers.
You don't support that lot, you prop them up.
Get that?
Feeling better?
I should do. It's costing enough.
But it'll be worth it.
You mean I needed it?
Oh, no, Mrs. Hine. I didn't
I
mean anything.
know you didn't. All the same, it's true. When the 10 magic years between 29 and 30 are over, you do go baggy. Oh, I want to be old. Like one of those old Mongolian grannies who don't wear knickers and smoke pipes till they're 150. Lines all over my face like a map. Then I won't have to bother. No appearances. That's what I am. Take me or leave me. Bloody liar. Here I am, making myself up for a man.
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Hine...
Oh, it's not him.
Oh.
What's this?
Foundation.
Oh, you mean you clean out all the oil wells and then you fill them up again?
Is it true they don't wear undergarments?
I haven't the faintest. I told you I'm a liar. Oh, it's great fun. It's very liberating. Tell the truth and you get hurt. I've had enough of that to last me a lifetime.
Everything all right, Mrs. Hine? Stupid girl. Pick it up. Well?
I'm sorry,
Replenish it from number 5. So sorry about that, Mrs. Hine.
Don't touch me. I can't stand rude people.
As you wish, madam.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hine, but he made me jump.
Some men have that habit.
What about your wife, Frank?
How do you mean, Mr. Hine?
Trouble.
Trouble? Oh, no, I never listened to her. No, straight up. I mean, the way I look at it is this, see? What she don't know about, she don't worry about, so don't tell her nothing. You know what I mean? You don't tell lies.
Just forget to tell the truth?
I couldn't tell her a lie. She'd spot it a mile off.
Well, how the hell do you communicate? Pass notes to each other?
Well, there's always the one thing, isn't there? When I am at home, like, you know.
You're lucky. Do you know what Bishop Berkeley thought?
Never heard of him.
18th century. He thought that if you shut your eyes, things don't exist.
That's a load of cobblers.
If you close your eyes and kick a stone, you hurt your foot. Because it's still there.
I had a word with Morris Brothers about Mr. Laker. Now, just tell him when he comes in not to sit on his hands and think before he answers their questions. He should be all right.
You smoothed away?
Yes, but he's not to know that. And, oh, no, he's not on the phone. Get a letter to that Mr. Peterson. He won't have to sell his house. There's a very good chance of him being accepted at Oldham. After all, it's better to travel 10 miles a day than uproot. Okay?
Yes, fine.
I'll be back about 3. Oh, Wadsworth?
Well, I'm afraid I'm back.
What happened last time?
They didn't want a secretary, Mrs. Hine. They wanted an office boy. Well, I'm a bit old for an office boy.
That was, Stetford's.
Yes, that's right.
Well, we'll have to find something somewhere else.
Well, if you can, yes.
What about that army camp?
I'm waiting on it now.
You're in good hands.
Oh, good luck.
Thanks.
Now, Mr. Unsworth.
She's a very pretty lady, isn't she? They do want a clerk.
They've said so.
Yes. 4 o'clock.
Oh.
Morning.
Morning.
Can we help you?
Yeah.
You're looking for employment?
No.
Well, this is an employment bureau.
Well, it sounds better, bureau than agency.
I'm sorry.
Why?
But, would you mind telling me why you are here?
I'm looking for a wife.
Look, I'm married.
Is she in?
Are you Mr. Hine?
Good. And you're Esther. You gave me her telephone number at the hairdresser this morning, remember?
Yes, that nearly cost me my job.
Why does my wife surround herself with pretty women?
She's out.
Where is she?
Out.
I'm her husband.
She's had to go out.
Where? Or do I have to attack you?
I should be so lucky.
Will you really get the sack if you tell me? And why all this barbed wire? I'm not mad. Yet. You're married?
Yes.
Well, if you wanted to see your old man, would you take all this shilly-shallying for an answer?
No.
Well, that proves me normal.
But I thought you were divorced.
Well, then you thought wrong. All right, don't move. Don't move. And close your eyes. 29th. What you don't see, you don't know about. Frank's Law.
Who's Frank?
He's a football fan. Thank you very much.
She's got an important appointment.
With me.
What?
The mortars for Africa.
Oh, God. You sell a handful of mortars to a psychotic white mercenary, and what do you get? Trouble. What about them?
Deploy rang up from Lisbon. Where are they?
They're leaving today. He's been told. He knows all about it. What's he on about? It's all there. It's all in there. We spent 2 bloody weeks working the roundabout trip out here to Brussels, Brussels to
Uh-huh. They should have started to move from the ordnance place yesterday and been shipped out by air this morning, but they haven't. Should I call Joe?
No, not Joe.
Mr. Windsor for you, Mr. Gibb.
Oh, God, not the gilded youth.
He sounds very upset.
The child was probably born in a blaze of panic, all right?
I'll put him through on 2.
Thank you. Yes, Windsor?
Ah, Walpole.
Yes, Jeremy?
Those mortars for Africa, they should have been moved to Heathrow yesterday.
Yes?
Well, they weren't.
No?
Might one ask why not? There is an agreement.
I never discuss anything marked confidential over a phone, Windsor.
And one to which you personally were a party, Gibb.
All right.
All right, nothing. Don't tell me you're ratting.
How dare you?
Choose your own words. The fact remains. You agreed, and don't forget that. Agreed to release those mortars in exchange for Joe's services rendered to your department.
Not mine.
There was an agreement.
Young man.
That agreement's being broken, and we're not even informed.
Young
I
man.
know you object to this consignment.
Young man, if we're going to debate morality, have the goodness to allow me the right to reply. Now, stop shivering all over the place, will you please do that?
Why haven't they been moved?
And incidentally, the fact that I disapprove of this sale, always have and always will, has got nothing to do with the agreement. The agreement stands. Now, let me speak to Hine.
He's out. Now, could we please have an explanation?
After such courtesy, how could I possibly refuse? A small dispute over handling procedures, Mr. Windsor. Who blows whose nose? The usual non-governmental inefficiency. Happily, it's all now settled, and the consignment is on its way to Heathrow. The necessary flight arrangements have been made as far as Brussels, and what happens then on its murky round is entirely up to Hine. I've confirmed all this to you by letter, and I'm mortified to think that you'll have to come in on a Saturday to read it.
Why do you smoke so much?
I buy a lot of cigarettes. Please, sit down.
Very bitter, Liz?
My name's Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth, don't call me Liz. Sorry, I forgot.
Then don't start.
Well, from now on, I will not forget. Do you want me to go out and come in again?
Do what you want.
And? And, I mean, isn't there a bit more to the speech? Do what you want, you always have, ignore me. I'm not a person, I'm a social problem. The wife at home while the husband's away, active, married to his work. Ignore me, I go with the bamboo lampshades.
Joe.
Thank you.
I warn you. I've changed.
You're just as beautiful.
Whatever you say, it'll run off my back. I don't know why you're here.
It's spring.
It's an insult.
I looked out of the window and saw that it was good.
There was
so
a spring last year and the year before that.
I didn't see them.
No. You look out of a window. I think I look up Liz.
Elizabeth.
I've got a couple of hours. She'll be there somewhere north of Watford. Well, she is. And the trouble is, she's very happy. I am. And what I feel and what I do has nothing to do with you.
Your accent's got thicker.
I've peeled off the pretense. Instead of shrieking like a mad budgie.
You clang like Knott Mill Station.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
You haven't changed.
How come?
You don't answer questions. The old Joe.
To see you. You've an appointment?
Yes.
Important?
Yes.
Can you put it off?
No.
Can you put it off?
Why?
I want to talk.
Why?
You give me a weekend, I'll answer all the questions you want me
got
to.
any questions.
Well, I have. Look, Liz.
Don't touch me. I told a girl this morning that I was a liar. Well, I was lying. I've had my fill of lies. Not the obvious ones, not the ones you can see through like tropical fish. The hard ones are lies. The ones you don't find out about till months later. All I can remember, and I do think back over the lies, they came in all shapes and sizes, Joe, way back. You told lies to me, and I told lies to help you. Never myself, you.
Liz.
I told a lot of lies, Joe. To go with the bamboo lampshade, yes, you're quite right. To keep up a set of circumstances and facades and impressions for other people that I imagined would be good for you. Well, now I enjoy telling the truth. And the truth is, I want no more lies. I don't want them ever again.
Nor me?
Telephone call for you, miss.
Thank you. Hello? Well, yes, but I... Well, yes, I know that, but... Yes. Yes, all right. Yes.
You hungry?
I don't know.
Who's that fella? What's he said?
Does it hurt much, Joe?
What?
Being nice. You haven't stopped since you came.
You're weakening. Good. Now, who is he? What's he done?
Nothing.
Nothing. Look at you.
That's his trouble.
What?
All right. Do you still want to ask your questions? I'll do a deal.
You've
Come
not
on.
changed. You've taken off.
Surprised I'd ever use words like that.
I'm chuffed.
Oh, I wasn't Joe Hine's housekeeper for nothing.
What do you do on moonlit nights up here? Flit round the bathroom on a broomstick?
Come on.
Strictly business.
It's better that way.
What's it?
Us?
Where's your car?
It's over there.
Where the hell's Frank?
What would you have done if Bradley had turned up?
Thumped him. Dragged you screaming by the hair into the Jag and up to Matlock Heights. Left Frank in a deserted place. And who the hell's Bradley?
The man I was going
Yes,
to
the
meet.
man you had an appointment with, I know. But what does he do?
He doesn't do anything. That's his trouble. He owns things he doesn't believe in, like a couple of business sites. They're better placed than mine, and as I want to invest where my roots are, here, I want to buy them.
Oh. Well, do you have the money?
He's agreed in principle, but since then I just can't get him to attend important meetings.
Don't wait for him to come to you. Go and grab him.
The infallible Joe Hine method.
It works.
I never had a chance of seeing it in action.
Yes, well, that's my fault, isn't it? Or were you too busy at home chewing up the bamboo lampshades? Is this all part of the deal? Helping you?
Advising.
Well, there's Frank. Won't be a minute. I'll take the case. Now, hurry home. And, regards to the wife.
Thank you very much.
See you Monday. Have a talk with Esther. She thinks we're divorced. This and other signs of improving relations. It was natural.
The same results can be achieved by adding self-raising factors.
Child. Don't.
Rest in peace.
What has it got to do with me? Why come to me?
Because the unions at Heathrow have blacked this mortar consignment. Now, someone must have tipped them off that they're going to a white trader.
A bloody mercenary.
Yeah, well, they're there on the landside warehouse untouched. They won't even reload them into the ordnance vehicle.
All right, it seems quite simple to me. If they've been blacked, withdraw them.
Yes, sir.
And before anything gets out. Give our critics in the Fleet Street and Commons a field day. This package stank at the best of times. But if we are to go around cradling rotten hake in our arms, no pun intended, I assure you.
Sir?
The less people that smell it, the better. We, or the broker concerned,
Hine.
quite, can reship it if necessary.
Yes, well...
You seem doubtful.
Well, the point is,
Oh, do sit down, man, for heaven's sake.
No, thank you. You see, the point is this, though, it's not a written agreement. But it's the easiest thing in the world for one union to notify another that they've blacked a consignment. And it's called union solidarity, sir.
Is it? Good heavens.
Yes. Well, therefore, it won't leave the ports. One union will back another. And other civvy places will have civilian workers for cargo moving and drivers. It's the same union. Well, then, of course, there's the International Transport Federation. But everybody will be watching now, sir.
Stan,
Yes, Mr. Gibb.
get me the minister.
It's late. He might have left.
Well, we won't leave till we find him.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm sure you will. Thank you. And thank you, too.
There's your phone.
Hello. Oh, damn. Well, what do you think?
Well, the door's gone. And the dartboard.
When Dad died, I had the place converted into 2 flats.
I've been missing out on things.
You weren't consulted. I meant the business sites, the one we've just looked at.
You look at home.
Answer. Oh, just first impressions.
Well, if you're thinking of staying up here.
I am.
Well, if you want to expand, they look, pretty good.
We haven't eaten. Do you want something to eat?
If you want to.
If you don't, it's quite all right.
All right.
If you'd rather eat out, I don't mind.
No, I said all right. I'd like 2 pheasants, some lightly boiled Pekingese kneecaps, and half a bag of tripe. And, pretty one, no onions. They get in the way of negotiations. Forgotten how quick you could be.
Habit, not efficiency.
Was the bureau efficient?
Steady.
Turnover?
Enough for expanding into 2 others.
But why, Liz? I mean, you've not been up here long enough to be known, have you? Where's the goodwill? The capital? Hmm? I mean, what I know about the lead market, how can you find enough jobs for... By all the speed. Desperation. Why?
Don't make things difficult, Joe.
Why the panic?
Joe, please.
Or is it just pain?
What the hell do you know about pain?
Oh, we said talk about you. That's what we're doing.
Tomatoes or mushroom?
Oh, I don't care. All right, Liz.
Tomatoes.
I'm impressed. I find the chrysalis into working butterfly fantastic. Even painful.
But I could do it without you.
Perhaps.
Oh, you're a Puritan. Even worse, you're dangerous, a wounded Puritan.
We're supposed to be talking about you.
This is the me you want. Wanted. Isn't it? Me here, fantastic, in the kitchen.
You once mowed the lawn in high heels, laughing.
Thank you.
Oh, this is old country, Liz.
Yes, isn't it? We married too young, Joe. There should be a law against Form D girls marrying high flyers. The dumb should marry the dumb.
Dumb girls don't get fireworks going inside me. And they don't manage the Employment Bureau.
I wouldn't have found that out about myself if I hadn't left you. Is that what hurts, Joe? The one thing you couldn't control, don't you hear? Or jealousy?
No.
Oh, it should.
Perhaps.
What? You saw it. You kept me home under false pretenses.
You were married.
I didn't know I could do it. I found out because I had to. Even business. Oh, it hit me like a rainbow. Me doing. But more and more beautiful the more I looked at it. The brain began to work. I could say things, do things, give orders. Things were done, people helped, decisions made. Perhaps I had 2 talents instead of that one to be buried in the ground at Esher and shiver till you came streaming home. Our home. Did you ever look at it, Joe? It was all lawn and mock Tudor, which I couldn't defend. A quiet, desperate house. You could even hear the cats walking on carpet. Now I try and make the 2 talents 4. Okay, I make mistakes, but who knows? I might even end up with 5. And then we could meet as equals and have a proper business lunch.
We're both hiding this.
I hope not.
Question.
The one you came to ask?
Why an employment bureau?
Why do you think?
People?
Yes, just people that I could reach out and touch.
Well, the bureau's for you, not them.
Maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. And that's the truth, as cold and bare as I can make it.
Are men bad news now, Liz?
No.
And you want to employ women?
People with employment problems are looking for mothers.
Yeah, I just see one.
Joe, all I know is people, things, differences. What happens? It's all glue, but nothing sticks. I just want people to stick. That's all.
You got any drink?
No.
Plenty of water for you. Liz.
We'd best eat it before it gets cold.
Why are you mad, Liz?
I meant what I said. I meant it.
You like people to stick?
I've said.
Only we don't. All right, Liz. You tell me why.
Some people are really lost. Will you walk out of your own double glazing and you'd bump into them?
I've never been lost.
Most people are between 5 and 6 feet. Buildings are hundreds of feet long. High. Oh, I don't know. Firms going out of existence. When you're 45 and you're looking again, you need help. Kids even. Please, miss, I've got 5 O-levels. GCE or CSE? CSE. Oh, I'm sorry. They only want GCE. Well, where can I go then, miss? Well, what have you got? Oh, English, maths, technical drawing. I'm sorry, there's nothing. It's all right, miss. I've got a friend. He's a window cleaner. There are a lot of windows in Manchester, miss, and they always need cleaning. Mrs. Hine, I'm 18. I want to move jobs. Why? Oh, I don't know. I just like to keep moving. My mum says it sounds to me pants. I like it temporary. I like the adverts. All I want to do is to get married and have 4 lots of quads. How old do you think I am, love? Well, on your card here it says yes. Well, never mind about that. It's working capacity what counts. Here, feel my arm. Not a grey hair. Never lost a day's work in my life. Just find me something. Why can't you just retire gracefully, Mr. Packer? Have you ever been in the position, Mrs. Hine, of having to decide at the end of the week whether you spend what you got on gas or food? It's a bloody great motorway going up. And here I am wasting my time with you. Does it matter, all this, Joe?
For whom?
Does that matter either?
All right. Let's get to your clinic, Dr. Schweitzer. And all the lepers can come running.
Does anyone ever manage to take you in? Is that all? You make it sound so easy.
Well, try it.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
That's British middle management with a vengeance. It's Saturday, so the whole world shudders to a stop. Stop the world, I want to polish the car. Do you want to sell?
Buy.
Yes, buy. Or don't you?
Yes.
All right, then. I've told you what to say to him. Find out where he is, go there, grab him, even if you've got to caddy him round 18 holes.
Right. Why have you come, Joe?
Yes, I've kept my part of the deal. I've advised.
What are the questions?
They're selfish.
Oh, they're bound to be.
What about us?
You've been kind, Joe.
The solicitor said divorce, if the price is right. Now, you don't use words like that.
Perhaps I do now. I'm using a lot of words I've never used before.
You mean them?
Joe, we can't forget what's gone. We both wanted out.
Our deal says I can ask the questions.
It's a poor deal, Joe.
You made it.
One side's a business, the other's a life.
I haven't said I want us back. I've just said, what about us? What's wrong?
Oh, it's the lack of it. Oh, and I doll myself up for a man who never came. That should teach me something.
Come here.
We should have stayed in the office.
Keep still.
Oh, Joe, we've got to be careful. One day is fine, but we had years. Now remember.
You made me sweat, Liz. Seeing you in that hotel.
This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it doesn't matter for me either? To see you standing there in my kitchen. Do you think I don't want to touch? I know what'll happen all over again.
What price?
Shut up. I'll go home, Joe. Joe.
Morning, Mrs. Hine. Shouldn't leave a fellow's bed at dawn. Might even complexes.
I've got a lot to do.
Oh, aye.
Well, it's better than the old you.
Meow. What do you mean? Last night never happened?
Perhaps.
Cold light of day.
You in your small corner, me in mine.
Hey, you're getting hard, Liz.
Definition of a hard woman, one who really smokes a cigarette.
But that type doesn't keep a snapshot of her old hubby in the car.
Joe, if we're starting again, you'd better not back out. If you open the box again, you're responsible.
Takes two to make a war.
And quote, miracles to stop them. We know each other's language too well, don't we? We don't change, only shift ground.
You don't change. A, I don't like sugar, and B, this is tea.
Here we go. I knew this would happen.
What?
One day of being unnatural, and look at you, caged.
No, I'm like the drunk who says I'm out of my mind 90% of my life and I don't know what's happening. It's the other 10% that worries me.
And that 10%'s me.
Us.
The guest gone, me suspicious.
Yeah, me demanding, nothing coming back.
You dishonest.
You always assumed that.
There were other women, Joe.
Deals take time. You might just find that
You've
out.
got no sense of time. Time's only now for you.
Yeah, so what's happening now? We're both so bloody friendless we can only turn to each other.
Our friends were your friends.
Because you couldn't make any.
Why?
Yes.
On the simplest of levels, when could I say you'd be there for a meal?
Well, you married a businessman.
When could I guarantee you to anybody? Oh, excuse the gap in the room. That's my husband.
Excuse that blonde in the green dress. She's my physical, emotional, intellectual dependent.
Was! Still got that green dress. Look at it sometimes. It's like old snaps, good for a giggle. It fitted in well with your vanity.
When did you last cry, Liz?
My being part of the wallpaper, Joe, I had time to watch. You're a go-getter, a coyote, run with a pack or get shot. When did the price of meat or eggs or bills? Where are you? The latest new car mattered. That blasted Mogadisha mattered, and Jeremy Windsor pinched between finger and thumb. That matters. The big deals and insolence and king's carpets and walking through guards. Oh, you love it. You love it. But our wife dependent's miles away from that. People don't matter to you very much, Joe. You don't like them. They just upset things.
You matter. That's why I'm here.
No, you want me to matter, and that's quite different. Well, now I matter my way.
Well, maybe that's what I wanted.
I won't be your creation, Joe. Topsy's growed. She's growed so much she can even talk about it over toast.
Then something must be dead. Liz.
I've got to get changed, Joe.
Oh, please do. How about a bite?
Are we that dead? You not fighting?
You newspapers get everywhere, don't you?
Like woodworm when the wood's rotten, or am I prejudging the issue?
Get out.
But then I wouldn't like to be the blackie on the end of that little lot.
Get out.
Hine Enterprises have no comment to make over the blacking of those mortars.
This is private property.
Before I go, could you confirm or deny that they are intended for sale to a white mercenary, name of Duploy?
They haven't gone anywhere yet.
True, but will they?
You're the only undesirable thing going anywhere here. Out!
Then I can state categorically that Hine...
What the hell's going on? Why are you here?
I had some stuff to finish.
Joe not back yet?
No. Why are you here?
Is there a letter from Gibb?
No, but there was a message left on the recorder to ring his office as soon as we could. Very important. I just finished doing that when Frankenstein just sailed in.
What did Gibb want?
He wasn't there. It's Saturday, and we weren't here yesterday afternoon.
What the hell's gone wrong?
Mrs. Hine for Mr. Bradley.
Hello?
Good morning, Mrs. Hine. How on earth did you manage to get my number here?
I gather from your cavalier treatment that you're not taking my offer seriously.
At all, not at all. That's not the impression I wanted to leave with you, Mrs. Hine. If that's what you believe, we must rectify it. We must meet.
I've been trying to meet you for 4 weeks. No, to be honest, my reason for calling is that 2 other properties have been suggested to me, and I'm interested in them seriously to the point where I wish to withdraw my offer to you.
You still there, Mrs. Hine?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I dropped my cigarette on the carpet. Now, listen, young lady, are you sure... Where are these 2 other properties?
Mr. Bradley, we are in competition.
Then why the devil are you ringing me?
Out of politeness, Mr. Bradley. Old-fashioned politeness.
Rubbish. You're bullying me. And if you are, that means you're in earnest. Where can we meet?
At the hotel. In, an hour and a half. Oh, I'm shivering.
It worked.
Thank you.
Do you want me to come?
No, I want to win this one on my own.
No, who's a coyote?
Will you be here when I get back?
Yeah.
There's chops and things in the fridge. Help yourself.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hine.
Mr. Hine?
No, she's just gone.
Yes.
Yes, I saw a car going, but I wasn't quite up to running.
Oh, well, you'd better come in.
Well, I don't want to be a bother.
That's all right. Come through it.
I just wanted to know where she was going.
Why, are you after her?
No.
Well, what's that, then?
Well, I bought it this morning.
Oh.
I just wanted to thank her for the job.
Yes, well, she's just gone down to the Employment Bureau. If you want to hang on here, you can phone her.
Oh, no. I'd rather get round there myself. It's a nice job. Small office, you know. Start Monday. It's not very big. my own desk, of course. It's to do with supervising. Really, I suppose it's helping to coordinate the office side of the civilian personnel employed at the camp. Now, that's pretty, isn't it? My own desk, as I say. And, I know I'm going to be very content there. And the bus goes right past. I suppose you have a very happy job yourself, Mr. Hine.
It's all right. Well, I think if you want to see her, you'd better move.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Well, I'll leave this here for her, then. You know, there was something that... It seemed to me very funny in the office. You know, the office I'm going to use. I suppose it was meant for a joke by one of my predecessors. It was in the corner. There was one of them circular treadmill things. You know, they're having mice cages and budgie cages. Now, that was funny, wasn't it? Well...
Could you tell me where I can get hold of Mr. Hine, please? This is his secretary speaking. It's vital I contact him.
Mr. Hine? Well, I'm not sure where he is.
Miss.
Oh, could you just hold on a moment, please?
I know where he is. I've just been round there, in a manner of speaking. I saw Mrs. Hine leaving, and I wanted to speak to her to thank her. Well, I was told she was coming here. Well, he was there.
Hello. If you're sure it's important...
Yes, it is, it is.
What I can do is to give you a home number. You could try there.
Thank you.
Liz?
Jeremy here, Joe.
What's the panic?
Plenty.
What, that you can't handle?
Not this time.
All right, give.
I think you better come back, Joe. The airport unions have blacked the mortars due out for deploy.
When?
Yesterday, they're back at the ordnance depot.
On whose authority?
Gibbs.
Well, they can be shifted a dozen ways.
And another thing, he won't discuss anything further until he's seen you. He says he's got a bomb up his sleeve.
I hope it blows him to bits. What bomb?
He'll only tell you himself. He said he'll be here at 4. And another thing, the press are in on it. Joe?
Yeah, all right. I'll fly down. Tell Frank to meet me at the airport. No, forget it. He'll be watching the hammers.
What do you really know about my shops, young lady? Have you done your homework?
Yes.
Otherwise, I'll make mincemeat of you. Luke's a no.
I know the shops are empty.
For the moment.
They're an isolated investment in a B position, and the Keller Group own the whole of the rest of the block.
Except for mine.
And the new supermarket's in the next street, therefore no need for shops.
But still worth at least 10 years' purchase.
5.
All right, 8.
All you're selling me is a tax loss.
I haven't sold you anything.
Why can't I rent them from you on a yearly tenancy with an option on a lease if they prove themselves?
Give me one good reason why I should.
You want to cook Keller's goose.
Go on.
What you're doing by holding out on him is trying to dish his project, no?
Be careful. The longer I hold out, the more the value increases.
If I rent them from you, they stay yours. I'm onto a kick in the teeth to nothing.
And if you buy them, you fight Sam Keller.
Yes?
And he'd tread on you in his sleep.
Yes. I'm sorry I wasted your time.
I enjoyed it.
I still don't see what you've got to lose.
Maybe you have too much to gain. I'm too old for you,
I beg your pardon?
but I'd still like to be giving you the chance.
What do you mean?
You can have them. A book value.
Then it's my fight with Keller.
Like I said, I'm too old. So, take them, or come and work for me.
Oh.
Now you buy me a drink.
All right. What do you drink? Blood?
Elizabeth?
Joe.
How's it going?
Oh, marvellous. I've got them. Oh, I don't know how, but I have. Oh, I love everybody.
I hope not.
Is anything wrong?
Why does it have to be wrong for me to ring up?
No.
Look, I'm ringing from the airport. I've got to go back. They're in a panic down there.
Why?
Well, I'll ring when I find out. Elizabeth?
This is the old proof, isn't it, Joe?
What does that mean?
Bradley's just said that what you want, you go after, and the rest you leave. And you're leaving.
I want the biggest pot of coffee you've ever made in your life. Hello, Walpole. You look like Adam the gardener. What's the bomb?
I hope you had a good flight.
Walpole.
Because the licensing chaps have withdrawn the export license on your mortar sale.
They can't. Why?
You can't expect the government to risk union trouble over a handful of mortars.
My name's on that packet, Walpole.
Wasn't unlikely.
All right, they can be rerouted.
The same unions cover all routes.
Well, send them out in a multiple consignment. Use fake addresses. Could even call them bananas.
We import bananas, Joe.
Why do I only hear about this now?
Yesterday afternoon, your office was deserted.
Jeremy?
Sue was out on office business, buying.
Where were you? Sitting on your stick at the races? It's a screaming lack of integrity that gets me, Walpole.
I beg your pardon.
Look, an agreement was entered into. And now all because two overpaid workers get model toothache, you do backward somersaults. Don't forget that British security was able to test the latest Russian human detection radar sets because of me.
Don't overrate what you did, Joe.
You all jumped at the chance, and now British soldiers can move through the jungle with impunity. You seem to forget that I obtained those Russian HDRs for testing. And in exchange, you lot gave me an export license for these mortars. All right. In future, those little gifts on my part finish. Next time I get anything Russian or Chinese, I'll go to the French or the State Department. I'm doing those moral-minded workers a disservice. You're hiding behind them. You're all right because you're anonymous. I can sink. And who's bent double laughing?
We tried every way.
Look, Walpole, I'm not sinking. You may value the nation's name, but I value mine.
I'm not worried over the press.
And you'd better start worrying, Walpole, because if I go down over this one, I'll name names in public. I'll name you and I'll name Singleton. You're both in this up to the eyes. You're both parties to this agreement.
Joe, you're talking cock. You can't name a single name, and you know it. Not mine, certainly not Singleton's name. Singleton, they'd confine you to the tower, old chap. And you know, we do have a rather effective Official Secrets Act to protect us. And who's going to listen anyway? Not the press. We'd see the D notices flew around like confetti, and editors do respect them. You're too emotional, Joe. Too easily rattled. Anyway, much as I disapprove of this sale, I'll do everything to help honor the agreement.
You better, Walpole. And for one simple reason that cuts across all this. If you let me down just 1 inch over this one, I'll let every dealer in both hemispheres know about you. You'll be mud in the eyes of the trade, Walpole. Nobody'll trust you. You break agreements. Nobody'll touch you. And I'll do it without busting any Official Secrets Act either. They will know, because I'll tell them. Now, Walpole, I want the consignment disguised and rerouted. And I don't care how the hell you do it. Now get out. I want to phone my wife. Go on, out! Out!
Hello?
Liz.
Oh, no, Joe, no.
Look, Liz, don't put the phone down. There's an explanation.
Like before, Joe.
All right, Liz, I know it sounds like bad echoes.
It is. You'd kill everything for a deal. You haven't changed.
Liz, at least we're talking.
But we're 184 miles apart.